So in 2020, so I'm going a little bit far back now. In 2020,
Okay.
Tyrese had a divorce with his wife at the time. Back then, Tyrese was completely shattered. I think he was on social media crying, and basically what was putting him in tears was that he was completely blindsided by that divorce. At that time, they had a 1-year-old, they had a baby. I don't know exactly the age of that baby, but at that time they had a baby. Even though this lady, when she came into Tyrese's life, she told him, I'm not here for your money, I don't care about all those fancy stuff, I'm an easygoing person. When they divorced, she took Tyrese to court, not with one lawyer, but with 2 different law firms to seek for child support. And when they finished that case, she got $20,000 a month in child support.
Wow.
$20,000 a month. That
For how old is the baby?
Support. It was like a 1-year-old or maybe even less than that. Like a proper baby.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. $20,000 a month. And this was what like Tyrese was going crazy about. Fast forward to 2023, last year, Samantha came on the internet. At this time, she had a YouTube page or something as well. She came on the internet and she said that she actually regretted divorcing Tyrese, that the way it played out back then was due to external influences from friends and the lawyers and all that stuff, that she regrets it. Fast forward to 2024, this year, Tyrese is having a freaking great year. I don't know if you know, but there's the album that came out. There's also the movie 1992, the crime thriller. Tyrese is killing it.
I think he's on the media tour right now also. Yeah.
He's on a media tour. He was on Club Shay Shay. He was on some other podcasts as well. He's killing it at the moment.
Yeah.
To my big surprise, I think last week, Tyrese posted on the internet now that Samantha again. By the way, Tyrese is now with another woman. Yeah. So they're not getting together or anything. But Samantha comes back again with our lawyers, and they're now asking Tyrese to present his financial statement and tax returns, because they have a feeling that he's now making, even more money, and 20K can become 40K. Yeah. So now they're asking Tyrese for $40,000 per month in child support. Tyrese still believes in the institution of marriage. He still believes in the idea of love. So from what I've heard from him, he has not allowed this entire dramatic situation to influence his perspective on marriage and love. Samantha makes a shitload of money as well. According to Tyrese, she's making about $150,000 a month. But the law court still makes Tyrese pay $20,000 in a month in child support. The second thing is, Tyrese mentioned that 50 Cent told him to be careful about marriage in the first instance. Right? And when that thing happened, with all this lovey-dovey stuff, when it happened to him, it was almost like an I told you so moment from 50 Cent. So now, keeping that in mind, first of all, what do you think about the whole situation?
Yeah, I feel sorry and bad for him, because I feel like, as a man, you can never 100% guarantee anyone's intention, at least a woman's intention towards you. Yeah, for him to have to pay $20,000 is that's already a lot.
It's a crazy number. And now she's asking for 40.
Now you're asking for 40, and I'm like, why did she make the video to start with? That means she's not remorseful at all? And she probably has all these things planned out from the very get-go, or at least just rolling it out in batches, right? He's doing better now. Yeah, let's see what we can get.
Exactly. Yeah, it seems like she has a structure to her madness. Let me put it this way. It seems like she has a structure to her madness. She knows exactly what she wants. In fact, what she does on social media now, it's not just social media content, but she's also a personal coach to people. So I can imagine what type of stuff she's coaching people on. I can only guess, but that's interesting. But now knowing that, someone can be so convincing with regards to their intention towards you, but it could also be that they have this master plan in mind to fuck your shit up. What's your take on marriage as an institution in general?
My take on marriage would be that maybe it's not really supposed to be the way that we are practicing it, or at least the status quo right now. I still feel like men are not supposed to be monogamous. I mean, we try to be civilized about it and try to be like, oh, you can be with one woman or whatever. I feel like this is another indication that when that happens, this could be one potential result that it could lead to, right? So in that light, I would definitely feel like we don't really need to have all these court situations or like the legal system in our businesses when it comes to being in a marriage with someone, right? Because I feel like it doesn't just from an incentive point of things, right? There isn't a lot of incentive, if any at all, for men to still get married in 2024, and a lot of men are catching up to this and they don't want to do this anymore. I was telling you about the statistics like that say something around like in the year 2030, like probably 52% of women in the US between the age of 29 to like 45 or something like that will be single. That's one indication to also show you that men just don't want to do this anymore, and they don't see a lot of advantages in it, or at least reasons for them to want to go into that, because it seems like a sort of punishment system when it comes to the law, like, you know, to get at you or something.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. That the law somehow at the moment incentivizes women to get married and get out of it. And for men, there's absolutely no reason that you want to get married, because you won't be able to trust the intention of anyone. Yeah, you can make your decisions based on their behavior, but it's very clear that like what has happened with Tyrese, that people can blow hot and cold. I mean, this lady literally still showed us our true nature by making that video in 2023 and coming back in 24 again to demand more money, even though she's already getting too much money. I understand the idea of let's make sure that the women are protected and compensated, because they might have had to make sacrifices as well to keep the home together while being married, and the man continues to forge forward. So I understand that there's the need for that as well. However, I also think that there's the need to now get creative around that to ensure that it does not incentivize the wrong behavior. The parliament in Kenya, last week as well, have decided that if you divorce your husband in Kenya, you're not getting shit.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely something, you know. It's like, yeah, you know, people will definitely think twice before making a decision. You are not, there isn't necessarily any sort of financial incentive for you to make such decision. So if you still want to go ahead and do that, then that means there has to be something there that you really need to leave, you know, which makes sense. Yeah.
Exactly. And the funny thing is that it was unanimous. The vote for that law to be repealed was unanimous, and I'm assuming that there are also women in the parliament.
Exactly.
When I saw it on Instagram, I saw the comment section. A lot of women were in support of that, because I think within their circles as well, they're starting to see that people actually have the incentive to not forge forward in a marriage at the slightest hint of an issue. They would say, well, if I get out now, I can go on to be independent but dependent.
Yeah.
Independent but dependent.
Yeah, like, you know, we discussed something about the difference between someone whose worst case scenario is a little bit better than another person whose worst case scenario is like, if things don't work out, if I can't achieve my goals, this is what's going to happen to me. When that situation looks really terrible, your actions already then also changes. So extending that to like marriages and divorce and what's it called now, like having all this financial incentive, you cannot, I feel like they underestimate how that influences their decision directly or indirectly. But I feel like as a woman, you might not even know that somewhere at the back of your head, this idea is there that, oh yeah, I mean, there's something to benefit because we have this little misunderstanding, but I don't want to do this anymore. It already kind of directs your mindset towards a direction, right? Whereas if it wasn't there, you would be much more of the mindset, I believe, that, oh, this is not going well. We have to sit down, discuss this, and try to fix it for as many times as we have to. Because people would argue, like, yeah, we try to solve it, we try to. But if that's the only thing that, we just have to keep working on this, keep fixing this. This is a life thing. Then I think, yeah, it would already make a lot of difference.